Look at this guy, see what he brings to the cage.
And I know what we're getting from Andy Towers, entertaining audio. So you don't want to go anywhere because he's going to say something today, and we're going to get it on tape, and it's going to be outstanding. Face-off won by the Whips. First possession by the team.
Love the way the ball flies out of his stick.
Yeah, in this chaos team, you see a lot of Canadian flags on their helmets, and so they're used to that kind of game. Just a little bit more room outdoors.
Petey Lasalla wins the
position. I think with the short shot clocks, it helps, put defense in tough situations early on, so it can open up some other guys.
The real question is, how do we get a smile on Coach Stagnita's face?
We'll see. Put together a full game, and maybe that'll do it.
Thanks for the time.
Yeah, of course.
That works, Coach, doesn't it? I mean,
But Perry and Minikis have been able to really integrate themselves effectively.
Yeah, anytime you can be multiple in systems, you cause the defense problems. They can get used to the two-sided two-man games, but when you all of a sudden throw in a two-point shooter.
Camera can't have that.
That camera's been getting a lot of action today.
A lot of work today. Technical crew's going to have to spend some time repairing that bad boy. Collins, the one who's going to have to hang out here for an extra day in Dallas. Petey wins it to himself out front. Petey wins it once again to himself. He'll shoot. Too wide. 22 and white is not afraid to pull the trigger. That is for sure. Petey's won 5 of 7 draws. In Seattle, yeah, cold front will move through, and then Seattle. There really was no exaggeration, but love it out there. My understanding is they just put new turf down at Burton out there in Denver. Do I understand that right?
They're going to right after the games.
So they're going to let the PLL come and tear it up.
Exactly.
Puts a lot on it and just enough of this. I'm not faking, I'm just finishing.
Physical battle at the face-off stripe. Won by Whips. Kirst comes out of there with it. 2-point shot. Wide by Michael Earhart. Good to see number 28 in white back on the field. Appreciate that, Matt. Under the helmet, powered by Cash App. Pretty hard to see in here. That's interesting, too. It's the first I've heard of any players mentioning that. Not used to playing indoors. Got a timeout on the field. That's why Staggs isn't wearing a hat, which I give him a lot of credit for. Remember old Bum Phillips, coached the Houston Oilers?
All the nicknames.
Yeah, well, listen, we're trying to make it really, really hard to scout our team. And figure if we do that, at least they're not going to know for sure what we're talking about.
Did you have a favorite?
Well, I don't know. I like Formie Hanford as our defensive coordinator. A lot of people don't know that that's Formie animal.
The welcome back tour for Smith continues now. 2 goals in the first half in his first action this year. Petey trying to pick it up. Chaos come out of there with it.
Just about the call.
Great presence of mind to know that the TV camera was right there so we wouldn't have to worry about lip reading. Not happy with the call at all. He'll sit for a minute. But his team did yeoman's work in the middle of the field to get possession here. They can kill a lot of this penalty off.
Yeah, not all face-offs created.
Thing of beauty just like the next guy, but he's got to get a win just like the next guy today. His team's 1-4 coming into this game, so he's got to pull out all the stops, and he's got to have to get there, all tied at 6 as we start this third quarter.
What meant unsaid there, too, was Matty Palin almost was done. Byrne takes an illegal goal and then
Yes.
takes the ref out of the game.
Palem got dumped on that play, and then the crowd gave him a resounding standing boo after he disallowed the goal. Rough couple of minutes for Matty Palem. Big scrum in the middle of the field, won by Chaos. Big ground ball. Rowlett comes out of there with it. Kurtz. He passed up on the shot, but got it in the stick of Zach Geddes. Where did that come from? I mean, that was a blast from Geddes.
A blast from Geddes, and it was a great closeout by Muller. Understanding personnel, he gets out on Kurtz's hands, but Kurtz is able to get away from pressure and find Geddes behind the play. He stayed on after that transition opportunity and somehow found some space on that near pipe. Just a sliver available to him, and he buries it.
So the trend we've seen all weekend continues. D. Middies finding the back of the net. Teammates razzing him a little bit. He gives Chaos the lead. Here comes Petey. He'll shoot, scores! He's as dangerous as anybody you'll find, winning it out front to himself and finding the back of the net. And he does it like he has done so many times, playing for the University of Virginia, now doing it in the PLL.
And that's exactly what the Chaos coaches were talking about. Don't let him get one out in front of him. And here he does.
Well, beautiful job in terms of that exit pivoting to enable himself the lane. I thought that was a poor approach from the wing from Costabile. Didn't really anticipate Lasalla being able to rotate like that.
And just like that, 7 seconds later, we're tied again for the 4th time today.
A good old-fashioned do-over?
I think that's what we got. This time Rowlett wins it back to himself. 2 rookie face-off men today. Rowlett from Michigan, Lasalla from Virginia. Goal and 2 assists on the game now for Manning. Ray almost came out of there with a dangerous ball bouncing in front. Said Williams couldn't pick it up. Reard does, though, quickly out. Shot, score! Inside the 2-point line. Will Bowen. He's had an amazing game in transition with 2 great plays tonight.
The assist earlier. The anticipation, the IQ to leak out.
Exactly. They're getting out every time. Maybe a little risky, but it's sure paying off for them.
You can see him as soon as Reardon picks it up, he takes off. They actually had Nick Rowlett up there earlier, but they give it to Bowen instead. You're not going to slide to me? Like, you better slide.
Give Blaze the assist. 8-all.
We're giving Reardon the assist there?
I don't know. Rusta Lynn, our statistician, says yes. I'm listening to him.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a generous assist.
Let's be generous.
I'm all for it. Just tip your stat keeper. Elbow down kind of enables him to get around Puglisi. Puglisi loses his leverage.
Rowlett with the win. He'll take a twister over the top.
Puglisi won the matchup in the first half.
2-point lead.
Jackson, like his friend Currier, is a do-all guy. Offense, defense, runs the field. Great competitor.
You're seeing Rowlett, a rookie face-off man, compete as well. Lasalla really had the better of him in the first half. He's starting to now tilt that ledger toward his side here in the second. Taking aback a little bit in those huddles. That had to put a smile on your face just listening to him and all these younger players and kind of, you know, the leader. You saw Staggs kind of taking aback a little bit in those huddles, letting Matt Rambo kind of run him a little bit.
He did. Matt knows the game. He's been in so many situations. You heard some of the things he said were unselfish things to get Zed open, even though he was going to the goal. That's really credit to Matt Rambo for being that intuitive and that.
Because he knows Williams got him.
11th of the year for Zed. 6th time tonight we've been tied. Gonna get a loose ball hold here against Petey. Chaos ball. Face-offs all even at 11 apiece. That's been a good battle within the...
If you're Bryce Young, you've got to fire out on McKay with a lot of ball pressure to eliminate that pass back.
Kirst comes out of there with it.
Hey, Kirst has had a good game. He's doing double duty without Ty Warner on the field and taking some offensive runs and playing great D.
That's good recognition, Coach. Without number 5, Warner, who's now in street clothes, these D-middies, he and Puglisi now have a little extra duty, and Kirst has been all over the field.
That was filthy.
Are you surprised they didn't send a double to Zed?
Well, it was a quick switch, and he wasn't really dodging. Like that's the hard part, is when a guy's backpedaling like that. As Lasalle's about to, I thought he was going to shoot that.
I thought he was going to shoot it too. Had a good look. Not as good a look as that though. That's a 2-spot on the board for Whips.
Instant offense from the face-off. All 3 guys from the Whipsnakes stay. And by Lasalla aggressively attacking the cage, he draws the defense in. That flip back, well, I got to rotate to Earhart. And Puglisi, his first 2-pointer, first goal of the season, and he makes it a 2.
You think Costabile maybe had Reardon screened a little bit, Coach?
Definitely had him screened, and honestly, it was a little bit of a weak approach. With one hand on your stick and going to the body instead of the stick head allowed him to get the shot off and use his body as a screen.
How about this turnaround for Chaos now? 3 points in 14 seconds for Whipsnakes, and all of a sudden it's gone to a 2-point advantage for Whips in the blink of an eye. What's Chaos going to do? Get us.
Boom. Heads up.
That is a hard shell. Robert Morris. 25 left. Lasalla. He'll shoot and score! So good at turning that face-off into instant offense.
This game started like a couple of yesterday's games and now is starting to look like our first game this afternoon. We got 5 goals in about 3 minutes.
It was a rock fight for the first 2.5 quarters.
They didn't want Lasalla to be able to go forward with it. He still is able to generate that fast break directly off the face-off. We saw him do this countless times at Virginia, and now he's doing it at the pro level.
And how about a great face-off battle? We talked about it today. Last 6 times a face-off has been won, it has led to a goal on that offensive possession.
You know, and then the no slide puts pressure on Ray to have to get in there and defend that a little bit better because they
points combined the first half. That third quarter, 14.
Rowlett's looking for a little help. Gets it here from Dave Smith. Yeah, we're poised for a big 4th quarter here. It's a 2-point lead for Whips, and they've taken all the momentum. Chaos had it really until the final 2 or 3 minutes of that 3rd quarter. And Whips have taken it right back. Chaos now to within 1. Face-offs 14 apiece between these 2. Big battle for it. Petey's getting hacked all over the place. Now we'll get a flag. It's going to go against Chaos.
Chaos foul number 9, 1 minute, slashing. Big
call against CJ Costabile. That's the one right there on the backside.
Which one? There was like
Right.
4.
I mean, if it's going to be on the gloves, that's one thing. But when Petey turned, Costabile got him on the backside. I think that was the one that the official said, got to throw the flag on that. 1 minute power play now for the Whips. Kennedy coming out of there with it, but you knew he was in trouble. Minikus riding hard and gets possession.
That graphic pop up, that was his first goal of the season.
Goal and assist on the day for Earhart. Petey wins the draw.
And to your point earlier, we've seen more.
Petey and Rowlett on the star. Petey Lasalla wins the draw.
Five on 5 here as subs come in. But he's had an incredible game. That's his second goal to go along with his 3 helpers.
Game was 6-6 at the half. We have had an offensive explosion here in the second half and our 8th tie of the night. As we go under 4 to play.
Ray playing that little cat and mouse game that you talked about before, Ryan.
In a time like that, you go to Rambo, you go to Manny.
2 goals, 3 assists for Will Manning. Huge face-off here. It's been roughly even all game long. Can Rowlett get a big one?
Early in the history of the PLL, it was all the time the Whipsnakes would score right at the end to win by 1.
Rowlett was able to pick it up, but not before the clock wound down. Big win for Whipsnakes. Big win. Came into this game 1-4 on the year, banged up all over the place, injuries everywhere, even had some tonight.